Inkproducts.com has now released its newest deluxe refill kit for the Brother printers that use the LC 201, 203, and 207 cartridges. In the kit, you get everything complete. You're going to get the cartridges that now have the COC Smart chips. No chip resetter required. These are XL cartridges with XL chips. And they're so simple to fill. Now in every video, I always make up a little box like this. Holds my ink, have my syringes there. I even cut it out so the cartridges will fit in. Now when you first get the set of cartridges, there's going to be two plugs. And no matter where they are, there's a round plug, that's a storage plug. And there's a fill plug. So when you get the cartridges, in other words, the storage plug could be at the top, down here, it doesn't really matter. When you first get the cartridges, and you're going to fill them, you're going to take out the color plug and the storage plug. Now, I would just save the storage plug because if you were to lose the red plug or damage it, you could always use the storage plug. But we're never going to put that back in unless we're going to store the cartridges, obviously. Now, there's two holes in the cartridge. This one here is the air hole, and the one at the very top is the fill hole. So if you try to put ink in that air hole, it's going to come right back at you. So you don't want to do that. So after you get it filled, you're going to put the red plug in. I want to point out a couple things with the cartridge before I fill it. See, this is a unique printer. This is my favorite printer here. This is the newest one. It's the MFC J885DW. I really like this printer, really a lot. I've done a lot of nice photos on it, just great. Now these new cartridges, it's a lot better than filling the Epson, even though, the Brother cartridges. You can do it, we have a kit for it, you have to use a chip resetter, but with the newest COC Smart chips, doesn't require that. Now right in the center, right here, can you look right there? That is a little window, and the beam of light shines through that. When the little sensor in the cartridge itself, when you fill it up, it rises and it covers that. So does the ink. Well, as the cartridge gets lower, goes empty, then that gets exposed and the printer tells you the cartridge is empty. Now, as long as you keep ink in this cartridge, I could care less what the chip is going to show as far as being full or empty on the screen. But some people want to see an ink gauge, so yeah, you take it out when it gives you the red X, and only when it gives you the red X. Fill it up, put it back in. So just bear that in mind, because we also make the Black Tower ink system. So once we fill up the cartridges in the Black Tower and we put it in the printer, we ignore the printer's ink gauge, because we don't need it, because the printer doesn't know you have a bunch of ink outside. But this is for people who don't print a lot and just want to be able to save some money and print. So I always cut it out, always put it in, that holds it, and then I'll get the syringe that comes with it and the tip, and we're going to go right in that little fill hole right there. Going to fill it up. So you're going to visually fill it up as far as you can go. That's how simple these cartridges are. Now the black is double capacity. It's a little bit bigger. So you're going to get American-made Brother ink. And I want to point this out. The trouble with the Brothers, people use cheap, real cheap, crummy ink off the internet. That everybody says, oh, it's for Brother, it's for Brother. If you do, then you will have a clogged printhead. But since we use our American-made ink, we've not had a clogged printhead. And I've done a lot of research. I leave this printer in a building that gets up near 100 degrees, 2 and 3 weeks on end. Come in, start it up. Sometimes I have to do one cleaning, and it works perfectly. Brother uses a pigmented black, which we supply, and dye-based color. So when you use a dye-based color, you get awesome photos. You really do. Awesome. And then when you get the kit, you're going to get the instructions, color photo instructions, Now that one I show you, the red X tells you when to fill it. Explains a little bit more in detail. So between the video and those printed instructions. Now it doesn't matter, on the kit you can fill LC203s, 201, 207s, and all the way up to 209 if you want. So I'm going to fill up some ink. I'm going to take the cap off, fill up my syringe, and start filling up the magenta. Oh, by the way, I'll point this out. If you don't want to get ink on your fingers, get yourself an inexpensive pair of rubber gloves. Latex gloves. They're inexpensive and you don't have to worry about getting your ink on your fingers. But see, this is why I like the little box. Then I'll get a little paper napkin. I always put it there, a paper towel, and I just blot it. So when I go in to where I'm going to fill it, I go right in that little top hole, and I just take my time. I slowly fill it. Sometimes you're going to have to fill the syringe up again because these are Super XL cartridges. There's a lot of ink that these cartridges will take. Now that was 12 milliliters right there. So I know I'm going to have to go in and put a little bit more in. I'll pick it up so I can show you. See? I still got more ink to put in it. That's what I like about them. And you see the little window? It's filled up with ink. So just take your time. Then when you're done, don't wash out the syringes. Just put them right here. And also the syringe will say discard after use. These are veterinarian syringes. You don't need to wash them out. I don't want you to wash them out because you'll damage the little plunger inside. So you can mark it yellow, cyan, magenta, black, so you know which is which, so you don't get confused. Syringe again, to fill it up. I'll get a close up here so you can see. Just take your time. Now that's enough. I'm not going to go, I don't want it spilling all out, even though it has a little collection ring around the fill hole. Now you notice I didn't put any ink in the air hole, you don't. That's got to be open for air to go in for the cartridge to work. There you go. Now you can take that paper napkin and then you'll be able to put the plug in. That's how simple it was. So much simple. You don't have to reset anything. You don't have to do anything. This chip will automatically reset after you get the red X and you fill it. Take it out. There you go. Now there's some plastic on the front here. Don't ever take that off. That's holding the poppet valve so it can't leak. And there's the little window. See? When that goes empty, that's when the printer tells you to take the cartridge out. That's why you wait for that red X. And then that'll tell the smart chip that, oh, the cartridge has been filled, and put it back in. Back in. Let's go to volume there. My filled right up. See where I'm on the yellow, the black, the cyan. Now it's going to say non-brother supplies. It has to, because otherwise, if we said it was brother cartridges, we could get sued for that. You can't do that. So just a simple, easy refill kit on an awesome printer. Just awesome. I truly like this printer. I like this model the best. It does so much. Now if you want to do photographs, this thing does awesome photographs. I mean really high quality photographs. I'm impressed. For a $99 printer and all the features that'll have, look at all those features. Doesn't take up much room. It's wireless. It's got every feature. Just an all-around good printer. And that is that MFC J885DW. I just got it for the video to show you. I'm going to print out a nozzle check here. Print quality, okay. Start. Takes a second or two, and it'll print it out. Now sometimes you'll see one or two broken little lines. Don't over clean. Don't ever clean any printer more than 3 times and then let it sit. Give me a print head nozzle check here. Everything looks perfect. Like I said, it's an excellent printer. It's got a little feeder up in the top so you can put your originals in and make copies of it. It's just awesome. I give this a 5-star rating. It's a copy of that original I just put in. Now this is just standard settings. I just let the printer set it up to its default. Now if you want a little bit better quality, you go in there and you can go in and set it up how you want it. Now that runs a little bit slower, but sometimes I think that's better because that means that print head is getting filled up with more ink, and that's good. It's better to have a little bit more, because if you run too many copies on normal or draft, never on draft, you'll drain the print head and the printer does a lot more cleaning, so you actually waste more ink than if you would have set it on better quality. Set it for best. I never set it for draft. I say okay. I want color, and I don't want 99. I hit it way too many. Okay, I put my original in the little dock feeder. I picked best because I already ran it under normal, and you can do that too. If I just want a little bit better quality, I pick color, plain paper. Now it's going to scan it in and then print it out. It's awesome. Real good. Now you can print normal or best. This one's best. I printed one in normal. It all depends on what you're doing. Just an awesome printer. So go to inkproducts.com for the latest deluxe refill kit.